Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of SnowRunner. You join me here in Mountain River in Alaska, and we're following this episode on immediately off the back of the previous episode, but the truck has magically repaired itself again. Not going to question it, but this is right after. We've got two consumables on the back of our truck and we have a bit of a drive ahead of us. And we're going to head over to Pedro Bay to do the service hub reactivation contract for Morrison mining, and that obviously requires two consumables, two concrete blocks, and we've got the consumables on board, the concrete blocks we can get from Pedro Bay itself, and it should be a relatively straightforward task, just with some challenging road conditions. Let's refuel to make sure that we're really prepared for the road ahead, or lack of road ahead, more to the point, and hopefully this episode isn't like the previous episode where I rolled this truck over twice, which was quite unfortunate. But on the plus side, if that does happen, the Taiga is where it was in the last episode, so very close to us. It won't take too long to get to wherever we roll over, but let's just hope that that doesn't happen. Here's the tunnel for Pedro Bay. A lovely splash screen. Very foggy morning. Our first task is, you can actually see just how off the start of this road is, but it looks like there's a bit of a trail here to avoid sliding down there. Muddy trail admittedly, but I'd rather go through mud than roll over as soon as I enter this region. Probably didn't actually need to take the trail, I could have just driven near the trail. Now, one of the difficulties I'm going to have in this particular region is that I haven't opened one of the roads. This road here is not open, so we are going to have to take the main road. We're just carrying on straight basically. Well, actually we can't because we have that there, so we are going to have to turn off there, there, follow this down to there. Shouldn't be too difficult. We've done it before, but we haven't actually done the infrastructure in this region at all, which we probably should. We probably will at some point, but that might even be something we do today, because this is a relatively straightforward task. Once we get there, the concrete blocks are very close to the delivery destination, so we might even clear the road up ahead here of that boulder. If not in this episode, I might just do it off camera, but I'll try and do it on an episode. But I do want to finish Morrison mining this week, which would have the next episode be the last contract required for Morrison mining. Bit of tricky terrain, but the Royal BM is more than capable of dealing with almost any terrain. Of course, that's quite a corner, so I will take more than one attempt at getting around it. But just like that, easy enough. Do I want to go up or down? I want to go down. I was going to say that looks like quite a steep hill, and I don't know if we'd be on our wheels 10 seconds into that road. That section looked like it was going to be worse than it actually was. It wasn't even particularly muddy. That was some unusual game physics there. Trying very hard not to do another rollover because this particular trail will be near impossible for the Tiger to get down with that large crane on it. There we are. We've made it to the other side. The blocked road is just up there at the top of the hill. Now the rest of the road is icy roads, which, as you can see, not a fan of them. But we'll do what we can, but we're just following this road pretty much straight from here. And we'll get to our destination. There's just popped up on the HUD. A little bit of mud to go through here. This is not an area I know particularly well. We only unlocked it fairly recently, and I've only done a handful of jobs in this region. I did, however, get all of the watchtowers and got as many upgrade parts as I could, like a crow that's seen something shiny. Every time I've seen one, I beelined it straight through the snow to get to it. Which is actually how we're able to have such a capable Royal BM, because we got the suspension lift from here, and I think all-wheel drive as well. Might be mistaken on that one, but definitely suspension lift, which allowed us to get these better wheels, or better tyres, and they make all the difference. Take it nice and easy, because the road slopes away. We just slide down it whether we want to or not. Let's make it morning again. Make it a little bit easier to see. I do really like this game at night, but YouTube does not. It is very difficult to see what's happening on YouTube with this game at night, and without making the exposure very bright, and it takes away the beauty of this game. We're just coming up to pipe that we repaired for Blackbird, which was the last contract we did for Blackbird, and that ticked off that entire company contract list. It's another one of these areas where I do strongly believe that the barriers should despawn once you've fixed the issue, because let's just slow right down for them. They absolutely wreck your truck. This road is not particularly level. Sliding from one side to the other there. Large rock there. There are new trailer discovered. There we are. Now we need 2 concrete blocks, which we get from just over here. That trailer looks quite imposing. Then we have another semi-trailer there as well, which would imply that we absolutely are going to need to clear the infrastructure for this region to carry on with some of the contracts, because there's no way those trailers are coming out of this region the way we've just came in. Somewhere along the road here, there is a track right here onto a frozen pond or frozen lake, which is very slidey, as you would expect. Ice does tend to be a bit on the slidey side. We'll just follow this road down to the marker that I'm sure will appear on the map any second now. I think we have to do a turn off somewhere yet. Turn off. Just up here there'll be a mission marker. Surprised it's not showing up on the map actually. Let's get rid of that marker because that's out in the middle of nowhere. There it is there. Just as I said that, it pops up. That's usually how these things go. This region feels a lot smaller than the other regions, but the terrain it has makes it one of the most challenging areas of Alaska. And the camber of this, it's going to be very difficult not to lose cargo or roll the truck with the higher center of gravity with having cargo on it. But difficult does not mean impossible. Just turn to the right here. Destroy more of the truck on signs, because that's what I do. I don't think I've ever had an episode where I haven't damaged a vehicle. And that warehouse straight up ahead is our destination. That downed power line is probably a bit of a problem. Well, this job requires a bit more effort, but certainly nothing too bad. Let's make our way over here to the loading area. Grab 2 concrete blocks. And head back exactly along the road that we just came here. Now, I could have done this with a trailer and picked up the concrete blocks on the way down and we would have been finished by now. But then I would have had a land anchor behind the truck the entire way, so we would have probably gotten stuck by now. Where does that trail take you? Go watchtower. Watchtower that's right there. In fact, you can just see it poking through the trees. So once this contract is complete, we will be only 1 contract away from completing all of the Morrison mining contracts in Alaska, which is awesome stuff. We only just started them just a handful of episodes ago. And hopefully you guys are enjoying this slight change to the format of the episodes, where I sort of focus almost entirely on a contract and explain where to get the cargo from and show the terrain that I have to go across and my many mistakes that I make on the way. But if you have any suggestions of the content you'd like to see, then let me know in the comments section, or you can also let me know over on Discord. The link to that is in the video description. There we are, we've safely navigated the corner with the steep camber. Now our next challenge will be crossing the frozen lake. We'll just take our time with it, get nice and careful. We're quite far off the beaten track with this mission, so don't want to be rolling the truck over and having to do a recovery job halfway through. Nice and easy. We don't want to go too fast. There we are. No problem at all. Icy roads are definitely the most difficult part of Alaska. But if you have the chains unlocked, which happen at rank 12, I'm sure it would be no hassle at all. But here we are with the concrete delivery. And that's $5,100 and 420 experience. And as you can see, that just leaves cargo delivery, which requires this trailer to be delivered to the factory in Mountain River, which is right there in the middle. So basically, where we came from, down this road, down here, and to where I tipped, with that trailer there. So we are definitely going to have to clear this mountain landslide out of the way. So I will probably do that in the next episode actually, and we'll get that trailer moved. But if you've enjoyed this episode, don't forget to hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, you can of course subscribe, and as always, you can ring the bell notification and join me over on Discord. Discord link is in the video description, and I will be back tomorrow with the next episode. Thank you all very kindly for watching, and I will see you there. Bye for now.